Luce Irigaray's The Forgetting of Air, in Martin Heidegger, is an intricate feminist critique of Heidegger's philosophy. The book interrogates the foundational concepts of Heidegger's thought, particularly his exploration of being, by drawing attention to what she identifies as a significant omission, the element of air. Irigaray's project is both critical and constructive, engaging with Heidegger's philosophy on its own terms, while offering an alternative framework that incorporates the overlooked elemental dimension of air. Through this lens, she challenges the androcentric tendencies of Western metaphysics and seeks to broaden philosophical discourse to include a more holistic understanding of existence. Irigaray's work begins with an acknowledgement of Heidegger's pivotal contributions to the history of philosophy, particularly his effort to move beyond the Cartesian subject-object dichotomy and to restore the question of being to its central place in philosophical inquiry. However, she contends that Heidegger's emphasis on earth, world, and dwelling neglects the omnipresent but invincible element of air, which sustains life and makes existence possible. For Irigaray, this omission is not a mere oversight, but a symptom of a broader tendency in Western metaphysics to privilege solidity, visibility, and materiality, reflecting an underlying masculinist orientation. Air, for Irigaray, is a metaphor for the intangible, the invisible, and the relational. It is an element that eludes fixation and categorization, resisting the metaphysical desire for stability and control. By neglecting air, Irigaray argues, Heidegger's philosophy remains incomplete, failing to fully account for the dynamic interplay of elements that constitute being. This critique is emblematic of Irigaray's broader feminist project, which seeks to challenge the patriarchal structures of Western thought and to create space for alternative ways of thinking that honor fluidity, multiplicity, and relationality. In The Forgetting of Air, Irigaray does not merely criticize Heidegger's philosophy, but seeks to engage with it dialogically, drawing on his concepts and language while reinterpreting them through the lens of air. For example, Heidegger's notion of dwelling, the way humans inhabit the world, is central to his philosophy, emphasizing the relationship between humans and the earth. Irigaray, however, suggests that this focus on earth overlooks the broader context in which dwelling takes place, the atmosphere, the air that envelops and sustains all life. By reimagining dwelling as an interplay of earth and air, Irigaray expands Heidegger's framework to include the relational and dynamic aspects of existence that his philosophy neglects. Irigaray associates the prioritization of earth and solidity in Heidegger's philosophy with a masculinist orientation, contrasting it with the feminine, which she aligns with fluidity, invisibility, and air. This association is not meant to essentialize gender, but to critique the symbolic structures that underlie Western metaphysics. By bringing air into focus, Irigaray seeks to disrupt these structures and to create space for alternative ways of thinking that honor the feminine as a vital and transformative force. Irigaray's critique extends to Heidegger's language, which she sees as reflecting his philosophical biases. Heidegger's use of etymology and poetic language is central to his effort to rethink being, but Irigaray argues that his language remains rooted in the material and the visible, excluding the intangible and the relational. In contrast, Irigaray's own writing style in The Forgetting of Air is fluid and evocative, mirroring the qualities of air, and embodying her philosophical vision. Her poetic language invites the reader to engage with the text in a more open and participatory way, challenging the traditional boundaries between philosophy and literature. The relational dimension of air is particularly significant in Irigaray's critique of Heidegger. Air, as the medium through which breath and communication occur, symbolizes the interconnectedness of all beings. By neglecting air, Irigaray suggests, Heidegger's philosophy fails to fully account for the relational and intersubjective dimensions of existence. This critique resonates with Irigaray's broader feminist project, which emphasizes the importance of relationality and difference in human existence. For Irigaray, the forgetting of air is not only a philosophical oversight, but also an ethical failure, reflecting a broader neglect of the relational and the other in Western thought. Irigaray's engagement with Heidegger also reflects her broader effort to rethink the relationship between philosophy and nature. While Heidegger's philosophy emphasizes the importance of returning to the question of being and recovering a more authentic relationship with the natural world, Irigaray argues that his focus on earth and world neglects the dynamic interplay of elements that constitutes nature. By bringing air into focus, Irigaray seeks to create a more holistic and integrated understanding of nature, one that honors the interdependence and multiplicity of the elements. In reimagining the role of air in philosophy, Irigaray also addresses the broader implications of this elemental focus for ethics and politics. Air, as the medium through which breath and voice are transmitted, symbolizes the possibility of communication and mutual recognition. By bringing air into the philosophical foreground, Irigaray challenges the hierarchical and exclusionary tendencies of traditional metaphysics and envisions a more inclusive and relational approach to ethics and politics. This vision aligns with her broader feminist philosophy, which seeks to create space for the other and to honor the diversity and complexity of human existence. The forgetting in the title of Irigaray's work is not merely an intellectual oversight, but a symptom of a deeper cultural and philosophical orientation. The privileging of earth and solidity in Heidegger's philosophy reflects a broader tendency in Western thought to prioritize what is visible, tangible, and controllable, neglecting the invincible, intangible, and relational. For Irigaray, this forgetting has profound implications for how we understand ourselves, our relationships, and our place in the world. By drawing attention to this forgetting, Irigaray seeks to create a space for alternative ways of thinking and being that honor the fluid, dynamic, and relational dimensions of existence.